All right, we have a special guest with us today. Who are you?
My name is Taek Lee. I'm a CTO of ZeroDev, an account abstraction company. Yeah.
Could you briefly tell us about yourself and what you do at ZeroDev, and what is ZeroDev?
I am a CTO of ZeroDev, and I do like smart contract development and like infra development kind of stuff. And I also do management because I'm a CTO. So, ZeroDev is an account abstraction company that specializes in the 4-7 smart contract accounts. I mean, it's quite hard to like explain like what is actually a ZeroDev. B2B account abstraction company that provides the embedded smart contract accounts.
So account abstraction and security in the crypto or Web3 is like the deepest level of business, I believe. So were you in crypto the whole time, or did you start with like other things and move into crypto?
Yeah, I mean, my career started with some drone company that was in the it was a like small startup in the university. But so I actually like, I mean, if you count that, like I started my career as a like backend developer or maybe embedded developer. But after that, I moved my job to Hatch Labs, which was my like previous company. And yeah, I mean, that's the point where I actually started working on the crypto. Like it was like 2018, and I didn't actually expected me to like work on the security or maybe like smart contract stuff, because I was expecting me to be more like a backend developer, backend engineer. But since the company was like relying on the like security businesses, I had to work on some security stuff like security audits for the smart contract. And because the company's business was like going back and forth, like doing some random stuff, I had to like stick with one thing, and the thing I stick was the security and the smart contracts. So yeah, I mean, that's the point where I started working in the smart contracts and like smart contract audits. And after that, like I also built the smart contract for the like Hatch Labs, like smart contract wallet. They have their like smart contract wallet like API service, and that's the point where I actually started working on smart contract wallets.
I heard that some of developers don't prefer to work on the smart contracts developer because most of developers want to be a kind of a generalist, so they prefer to work on some backend tasks and do not prefer that much onto too much deep dive on smart contract stuff. Did you have similar concerns about being a smart contract job?
Yeah, I mean, back in 2018, like it was, I mean, I started as a freelancer in Hatch Labs in December 2018, and at that time, like nobody was like doing the smart contract for the serious jobs. Like at that time, like Uniswap was like 1 month old, and like only it was like a year after the like DAI, like MakerDAO stuff, and nobody was actually like using it like heavily. So like at that time, the smart contracts engineer was kind of, I mean, I didn't really thought this as a serious job. So every other like developers in the company also thought the same thing. So nobody was trying to take over the taking charge of the smart contract security business. But since I was about to get married at 2019, and I didn't wanted to get married as a jobless person, and since the smart contract security is the only thing that was making money at that time, yeah, I was kind of forced to do this. Yeah.
I got it.
And when like you were a freelancer in Hatch Labs in the beginning, but eventually you transitioned into a full-time managing both security and backend for the smart wallet. And is that how it went?
Yeah, I mean, I think to be more precise, I developed the smart contract, a bit of a smart contract backend, but also for the, I mean, I delivered the smart contract itself for the smart contract wallet, and but most of my jobs were like leading the smart contract audit business.
And what what triggered you to make a move in transitioning from like freelancer to like a full-time job?
Actually,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, that is also true. I mean, like, at that time when I was being a freelancer, like, I mean, I was technically a part timer, like when I call it a freelancer, but the major reason why I had to be a full time is because of my military service. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I had to serve my military service back then, and like otherwise I had to go to the military. Yeah.
I see.
So
Okay,
Hachi was one of the like a government like certified the company.
Yeah.
I see. And how long is duty if you were to serve?
Yeah, I mean, like if you are, I'm not how I should like say this in like English, but if you're a 현역, like
Yeah.
like if then you have to like serve like 3 years. But I like when I started working on Hachi Labs, I was a 현역, but I found that I have some illness in my leg, and I turned into 공익.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 years. So, but before I started as a like 공익, it took like 1 or 2 years to actually for the Hachi Labs to get certified by the government. So it took a while for me to actually like serve the full service.
So the military service was the trigger.
Yeah.
And marriage.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. While you're working on the smart contract apps, you dropped out from the SNU, which is literally Harvard of South Korea. And
Harvard.
Yeah.
Wait, what was your major in SNU?
My major was electronics and computer engineering.
So you're a college dropout.
I mean, technically, I was kicked out.
You were kicked out?
Yeah, it's a long story, but like, the time it was like last year, September. And
You were kicked out last year.
yeah, last year.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, and the reason why I was kicked out is I didn't actually register.
You weren't registered?
I didn't actually like pay for the tuition.
Oh.
So I mean, it's quite a long story, but if you guys want to hear it, then
We
We
do.
would love to.
yeah, I mean, so I finished my military service at 2022 July, and I quit my job at Hachi Labs at like December, and I started working on ZeroDev in 2023 March, I guess, and by the time like between I finished my military service and the kicked out, I actually like had like semester off for a year, and I actually forgot to expand this like
Wow.
Yeah. and the university register office called me and asked me if I want to register at September, because it was also okay to like register on September like 29. And I told them I was going to think about it, and I forgot about it. And they called me a week later, and they told me I should take a semester off. And I asked what I need to do, and they asked me to get a signature from both of my parents and professors. And I forgot about that.
Wow. You forget about many things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was one of my lowest priority back then. So, and like a week later they called me again, like if I want to actually get dropped out,
Wow.
and
And you were like, why not?
yeah, why not? So, and they also told me that I should get a signature from the professors and my parents
To drop out?
to drop out. I'm 28 like last year. I was 28 last year, and I had to like get a signature from my parents, and I don't want to do that.
You go to your parents like, Mom, I want to drop out from college. Could you please sign? That's
Yeah, I mean,
ridiculous.
exactly. So so I asked the office what happens if I don't do that, then I am going to be kicked out. So I asked what's the difference between like kick out and drop out, and everything is same, but only the thing that you can like say on the resume is like kicked out or drop out. So I mean,
Okay.
but I'm not going to use resume from now on. So yeah, I mean like
You
maybe
just got kicked out.
yeah, I just got kicked out.
So you're not a dropout, you're a kick out.
Yeah, I'm a kick out.
That's better than Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, I think it's the most powerful resume. If
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
is kicked out or dropped out from the
It's like
university.
it's a great conversation opener
Yeah, that's right.
when you say,
I was kicked out.
yeah.
Yeah. After you kicked out from university and also finished your military service, you started as a ZeroDev CTO.
Yeah, I mean, I was also working. I was already working as a CTO of ZeroDev at the time I was kicked out. So I mean, I don't have any reason why I have to like use my resume.
Right.
Yeah, got it.
And how did you join ZeroDev?
Oh, I mean, it's quite funny, but I didn't actually know the CEO, the founder of ZeroDev when I joined there. How I actually ended up being there is that, you know, the CodeAreana, right?
Korea, yeah.
Yeah, I participated on the CodeAreana for the account abstraction, like the Bioeconomy one. And that time was quite weird because the CodeAreana was on the 2023 January, and I quit my job at 2022 December. So it was a month after I quit my job. And the last project I was researching before quitting my job was 427. So I knew most of the code base for the 427 entry point and like all the code base related to the 427, and I was actually the developer of the smart contract wallet for my former company. So I mean, and I also worked as a like security auditor in my former company. So I don't have any reason not to join this one. But funny thing is, I didn't actually wanted to join this one because I was about to get retired. I mean, I'm not like super rich or something, but I kind of found myself some like a recurring revenue coming from other sources. So it was okay for me to just like sustain my living, just like do nothing and just read books. But and like there was some other auditor like asked me to join this one, and he was actually from my former company, and he asked me if I want to join this one. So I participated, and I was the first place in the contest. And after that, I kind of feel this was really interesting. Like account abstraction was like, even if it was the audited code base, there was like a huge bunch of like security vulnerabilities, and this kind of like triggered me to like, there must be other like major security vulnerabilities out there which was not found like by the auditors, or maybe not have been audited but still being used. So I was looking for the code bases like randomly in GitHub, like searching for like entry point or maybe account and wallet, like using like GitHub search. And I found ZeroDev's account, and I found their code base was interesting, and like I found an issue on their code base. So I reached out like several like clients, like 4 to 5 of them, and I mean most of them got fixed after I like recommended some fixes on top of that. But this CEO of ZeroDev kept saying that I should join the ZeroDev, and I kind of realized that, I mean, as it is, I'm not sure like how others are feeling this way, but it is quite hard to get a job for a smart contract developer.
Right.
Because smart contract is kind of treated as a one-time thing. Like you update like once or twice a year, and most of your job will be just dealing with the JavaScript or TypeScript. But as you all know, like my actual career started as a smart contract. So, and I'm quite confident about my smart contract skills, but I'm not confident about like backend or maybe like front-end skills. So it is quite hard to find a job in this kind of position, like where you you only do the smart contract and you are not like professional enough for the JavaScript or TypeScript, and yeah, it is hard. Like every time you do some like apply for a job, like end of the interview, they ask, can you do JavaScript or TypeScript? But I'm not capable of that, and I'm not confident of it. I mean, now I'm quite confident about that, like because I have dealt with like lots of like JavaScript or TypeScript stuff, but yeah, so it is quite hard, but like I kind of found out that like ZeroDev is the one that only requires me to do the smart contract stuff. So I thought that if I work in here, then I will be quite confident and I will be quite happy with what I'm working on. And I was also quite confident about my CEO that said, I mean, he's kind of like genius. So yeah, that is one other reason why I joined the ZeroDev.
You've mentioned that while you were looking at ZeroDev's GitHub, you thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
And what made it look interesting to you?
Yeah, first of all, like they had this whole like code base as an open source, and they wanted to like contribute everything to the public. Like even now we pretty much release everything to the public and like try to contribute everything as a ERC, or maybe not proposing new ERC, just like merge some feature that is needed on the ERC, then like we just propose it to the ERC. And it is quite weird because as a B2B company, you have to need some stuff that is not done from others. Like you need some feature that is not done from others, but like being public first is quite risky move. But yeah, I mean, like making public for everything kind of feels like that they are quite confident, like they will excel in this like public space. Even though everyone knows our code, we are quite confident we will be the first place. So yeah, that's the reason why I kind of felt it was like interesting.
So you said you specialize in account abstraction at ZeroDev. Could you briefly introduce what the concept of account abstraction?
I think if we go deep dive, there will be lots to say. But if I want to make it short, then it is more like Google authentication for the Web3 space. Yeah.
I think most of our audience already heard about
Account
the
abstraction.
abstraction, and we also already know little about the concept abstraction. But you just said that ZeroDev is a account abstraction company.
Yeah.
And what does it mean by doing or developing account abstraction?
Yeah. More specifically, we're a B2B account abstraction company that we don't have any like user-facing like interface or something. Like we only have the dashboard that the dev can see. So we provide our engineering skills to the companies that wants to use the account abstraction but does not want to like deal with the account abstraction by themselves. So I think there's a two way of like account abstraction. Like one is making the accounts powerful, and one is making the UX of using the blockchain like more usable. And on ZeroDev, we're kind of like for B2B wallet, it is more into like UX. So you kind of hide like if you're using a blockchain or not. So you end up just like realizing, oh, I have an account and like I have a blockchain account and I have assets there. But you don't actually, if you don't actually deep dive into it, then you don't actually really need to know it. But in the end, if you want to export your key, or maybe like if you want to like take control of your key, then it means you can also like take control of your key. So that's what ZeroDev is kind of like focusing on right now. But we are also like making some researches and like engineering for like making the accounts more powerful. Like it is not 100% clear right now, but what we are expecting is maybe even for the whales, like Crypto OGs, maybe if we can make them use account abstraction, then we can say we have like mass adapted like account abstraction, but we need more like powerful features right now. So I mean, it is kind of low key right now, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, to summarize, if you ask what's an account abstraction right now, then there's two things. One, make users don't know you're interacting with blockchain, and also make existing users have powerful features that was not possible with the EOA. And we are focusing on one, but we are also doing some low-key research on two. Yeah.
I get it. I think okay. I want to know what are the examples of making powerful features for the account, and also I wonder that if does it can be implemented by just the UX side or just front side, and I don't know how to do that, but yeah, does it should be made on the protocol level development, or just it can be replaced with the front side development?
Yeah. What we are working right now is making the devs only like deal with the like front end stuff, like maybe importing a like ether.js or maybe using a VM will be sufficient for them to use these powerful features. But like if you ask what is the powerful feature here, is I think mostly like around security stuff. I mean, it's kind of weird to say that if you're building some new fancy account and like saying it will be more secure, but we're not trying to do it that way. We're making some approaches that like maybe there can be some session key. I mean, if do I have to like do some introduction on the like session key stuff?
I know, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
we need an explanation about it.
Yeah. So so what is session key? It is quite abstract word, but session key is like delegating some actions to some other actors like signers. So for example, like right now, if EOA wants to sign some like do some transaction on Uniswap, it means that they have to always sign some stuff. But if let's say there is session key that is only allowed to do some Uniswap exchange when price is high, let's say you have like limit order, then it can be called as a session key. But what session key can kick in for this like security stuff is like, for example, like revoking allowances, like for like existing protocols. So maybe I can make a session key. Like, so what's possible right now with smart contract accounts is like issuing a session key that can only do the allowance revoke. And like I mean, there are lots of hacks out there, but like if you approve like unlimited amount to the like protocol, then it means that you will be quite wrecked. But if you're fast enough to like revoke the approval, then it means you can save some money. So, but it is only possible for the smart contract because like session key is only possible for the smart contract right now. But like I am assuming that this kind of a session key, like limited delegation of actions, will be more widespread for the EOAs if you make this powerful enough and make it more like usable enough. I mean, but it is true that there should be some protocol engineering should be done because like there is this EIP 7702 which was introduced by Vitalik, the like account abstraction standard that allows like EOA to have code there. So EOA can work as somewhat of a smart contract. So I mean, in that case, we can make some approaches that only like importing the library, you can have this like session key allowed for the EOA. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot of information.
Yeah.
I think I've heard the term, the account abstraction for at least 2 years, I guess. And also I had a research about account abstraction a lot. But in actually using the app, when I actually use the app, I don't find the account abstraction is pretty applied very, I don't know, seamlessly to the app. And also most of the apps that using AA wallets are pretty clunky right now. I think it would be better to use EOA. I thought like that. So why do you think about this? There are not much adoption of account abstraction right now, and what's the problem?
Yeah, I mean, it is a really good question. I mean, if I can like show you something like through my laptop, I can like navigate you through the app I want to like share with you guys, which was built by Protocol. It is a Nicodex, and it's a like perpetual protocol that use AA stack and the passkey stack. So if you think about it, like, I mean, it took a while for us and them to like build that kind of like seamless like feature, but the point is like even if you use account abstraction, like there are still lots of things to solve right now, because like for example, who pays for the gas for the account abstraction? Like I know that this can be said like account abstraction should pay for its own gas, then it means that there should be some kind of signer pop-up. Like one usable scenario here is like MetaMask owns a account abstraction account, and MetaMask will sign for the transactions, and that means the UX is basically the same. Like all thing that it can do better is just maybe some batching. So UX will be quite, I mean like UX will be nah, right? In that case, but so I think most of the issue we have right now is that what comes first. Like if we want to think about like dev first, like it means that dev will not pay for the gas for the user, and it means that there will still be UX problems out there. But if you think about the user first, then it means dev has to like sacrifice their gas. So it is quite hard problem like to just like say UX is solved. Like, but if we, I mean, I think I should have like show you the demo of Nicodex, but like using Nicodex is really seamless because it does not require any like pop-up, even if you're, I mean, it is a sponsored transaction, but still all it pops up is a passkey, which is just a fingerprint sensor, which is basically the same with what Apple Pay does. So I assume most of the issue here is that I think we need more demos for the demos. We need more demos for the devs to like get a reference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about his life in general?
Yeah, I think it's very.
I mean, it seems like you had a very interesting life,
Oh
like
yeah.
leading from, I don't know, being kicked out of school to here.
Yeah, I before we start this interview, I was talking about the marriage. So yeah, talking about your life, how what makes you to marry her in very early age?
Wait, how old are you?
Are we even allowed to talk about this?
I'm not sure.
Are you comfortable talking about it?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's not a secret, right?
I mean, he's a married man, so.
Yeah. So what?
How old are you
Yeah.
right now?
I'm 29. Yeah. I'm
You're
yeah.
29.
Yeah.
Is that Korean age or
Korean age is 30.
30?
Oh, so
okay.
1994.
1995.
Yeah.
95.
95.
Okay.
He married at the age of 25, so it was pretty rare in Korea. So I was asking.
25.
Yes, that's right.
That's very early.
Yeah, so I was asking.
When did you get married? I thought you got married in.
I knew her from, I mean, my wife since I was in high school,
Nice.
and I
Really?
dated her since like when I was like 22. So it was like 3 years when I got married. So I mean, I thought, why not? Yeah, I mean, I think that's the whole reason. I mean,
Why not?
Why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was quite confident that she was the one
The-
that I will get married.
Aww,
wow.
But
that's cute.
I mean, since we dated like 3 years, and she kind of wanted to get married, and she graduated, and my wife got graduated.
Aw.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, and she was already living with me.
Oh.
Mm.
So yeah,
So,
like literally, why
Yeah,
not?
Why not?
Mm.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a question. So you said not having a full-time job was like it kind of hindered you from, I don't know, like you said you wanted a full-time job before getting married. Was being kicked out of school not like part of that?
Yeah, I mean,
Did her parents approve of
Or
that?
do they know?
Or
yeah,
Oh,
they know. They know.
Oh.
I actually just let them know after I got kicked out. So
Mm,
yeah,
mm.
it's just I mean, I was also I was already get paid a lot, like, and
Nice.
I mean, I don't see what is the benefit of graduation of the
Mm.
university,
Right.
because actually I had 1 semester left. So some people say like I was quite crazy because it is crazy to just leave. I mean, not get a degree for when you have like 1 semester left.
Yeah.
But I also think that like it is just waste of time in my case. I'm not saying like university itself is a waste of time, but I don't see any benefit there. So,
Mm.
yeah, I think that's the whole reason. I mean, if I were jobless or maybe I didn't have like any career, then I would say I would go to uni and finish my career. I mean, finish my degree. But since I was already working there, and yeah, I thought I was never going to use my uni for my major resume title.
Mm.
Would you make the same decision if you go back in the past?
Yeah, I mean, more precisely, like if I can go back, then I
Do an
would
extension?
I would just get kicked out earlier, like before, like
Oh.
yeah, before like. But I think I can't do that because if I get kicked out, I have to go to the military.
Oh.
Yeah, there was quite tricky situation, but yeah.
Mm. Also, you said you had recurring income, and that was like the major reason you didn't look for like,
Oh, yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
May I ask what that is?
Yeah, I mean, like one of the option was like participating in the CodeAreana, like audit contests out there, because like there's like lots of like audit contests.
So like a bounty hunter.
Yeah, it's kind of like bounty hunter, and like it is kind of like solid money, even if you just don't think about like getting a fancy mansion. I mean, it's quite enough. So yeah, that's most of the income like I can expect. Also, back then I had some recurring audit clients that asked me to give them some reports. So I was expecting that to be some solid income.
How is it different for between working as a freelancer or working as a CTO in the startup? How is that different?
I'm not sure I'm allowed to say this, but I really liked like working as a freelancer because, like as a freelancer, actually, like I have to go back and say this, and my role model was Jim Keller. You guys know Jim Keller, the
Not familiar.
the semiconductor guy.
Yeah.
He's a famous. I mean, he's like the genius semiconductor architect that like does like every company's like semiconductor architect stuff. So I was expecting my life to become something like that. So I built some smart contract for this company for a while and do some stuff for other companies for a while. So it was quite fun for being a freelancer and doing some kind of jobs like that. Like one of the things I built for other company was like Pimlico's ERC20 Paymaster, and I really liked working with them because if I work for ZeroDev only, then it means that I cannot build something like that because it is kind of like conflict of interest because I'm working here.
Right.
But yeah, working as a freelancer is fun because it's you can pick what you can work on, but like that's just a general case. But in ZeroDev, the reason why I'm quite satisfied with ZeroDev right now is that ZeroDev kind of like makes me pick what I can work on, and like they don't let me do like some random jobs, like some random DeFi or maybe random meme coins, but like what they're doing is quite aligned to what I'm interested right now. So I'm quite satisfied as of now. Yeah.
As you working on CTO at ZeroDev, what are the challenges in working on the crypto B2B startup, and also what's your learnings from their experience?
Yeah, crypto B2B I think it is really tricky because I'm not really sure that like B2B for crypto is an ideal case for every startups out there because people don't want the lock-in effect. Because, for example, if you use a wallet, do you want to be locked into some random wallet?
No.
No, right? So in that case, it is actually the same for the developers. Like they don't want to be locked into some random SaaS service. So and you end up building some you end up building some product that is somewhat compatible to other B2B solution. Like for example, you can also say that like ZeroDev you can switch out from ZeroDev and use by economy instead. But I mean, you will end up like switching some accounts, but for stack itself, it is fully compatible. I mean, there will be some features missing, but for operating the wallet, it will be fully compatible. So I think that is the core reason why the B2B startups for crypto is quite hard, because devs and users does not, and the nature of the crypto is not good with this lock-in effect, and to success as a like B2B startup, I mean it's a textbook scenario for like introducing some lock-in effect, right? So there's some mismatch between like B2B and the crypto. So that's the most like challenging part.
Yeah, I guess you said that ZeroDev is pretty focused on the protocol approach or open source approach. I think that the other business want to try to be locked in your service kind of affect the decision that pretty open sourcing the tech stacks or something. Is it correct?
Yeah. Correct. So yeah, I mean like we want to make sure like we don't have any lock-in effect for like critical features, like for example like using a wallet. So that's the reason why we have this like whole like most of our stacks, like most of the features as open source, or maybe like propose some ERC changes.
Yeah, great. What do you think your next step for the ZeroDev is right now?
Yeah, I think I briefly mentioned this, but what we're focusing on right now is embedded accounts. But what we're trying to deliver is we want the crypto OGs to use our stack. I'm not sure if it will be our own stack, but like I want future that maybe even the crypto OGs will be confident about the stack and use some.
You mean the OGs are
Define crypto OGs. Like, what do you think the crypto OGs are? Who do you think?
Yeah, I think most of the users, like crypto OG, I think is like the ones who are using like Curve or maybe Uniswap for like more than 3 years. Yeah, I mean, they will have lots of like assets, and they will think about securities, and like they will also think about like some features that can like get from. So yeah, so I think that's the target we want to
I think that is pretty impressive that most of the account abstraction companies are pretty focused on the adoption of new users so that they can make the UX pretty seamless or something, and ZeroDev is kind of approaching very differently, because I think you mean the crypto OGs are just existing users heavy users and
Any users.
yeah. I think focusing on the different target for compared to other companies. I guess yeah, it's pretty interesting approach from the ZeroDev.
Yeah, actually, I mean, like embedded accounts are quite easy. I mean, I'm not saying like it's kind of nothing there, but like embedded accounts are like purely picked by the devs who develop the apps. So if you can persuade the devs to use our stack, then it's done. But what we want to do is make some features that was not. I mean, we want to solve like hard, like difficult problems that was not solved yet. So I think that's the reason why. And I'm pretty sure like other account abstraction companies will also work on this on low key side. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Just as you just said, there are other companies in this field of account abstraction, also chain abstractions. Also, most apparent competitors, I think, is Coinbase, which makes smart wallet, and it is very fancy. I see, and also some other kind of assets that are chain abstractions that are driven by some other parties like Near or Cake. Yeah, something. Yeah. So, how do you think the landscape are going to shape in near future?
Near future. Sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know like what Near is working on. I mean, I read a brief short summary of them, but I'm not sure like what's going on there. But if I share what I know so far is that I'm pretty sure Coinbase will have some pretty dominant position in there, but like, and I'm not sure like how I can say this.
What was saying?
I'm not sure like if I am allowed to say some like bad words.
We can always cut it out.
Yeah, you can just spit it.
Yeah.
We might not cut it out, but you can always cut it out.
Yeah. So for Coinbase, Coinbase, I'm pretty sure like they will win some like huge portion because I mean they have some brand. I mean, let's be honest. Like, if I ask some random user if you want to use ZeroDev wallet or maybe Coinbase wallet, like I think like 99% of them will, maybe like 100% of them will use Coinbase over like ZeroDev because it's a brand. But like one another thing we can say is that Coinbase will not do something that is fancy or maybe like some new feature. I think they will wait for the feature to be included or into some other protocols first and see what's going on and like see if this is really beneficial. I mean, as I said, like most of the features will be open source and an ERC. It will be easy for them to adopt after there is some kind of like innovation on with some other parties. So I'm pretty sure they will do some kind of play like that, but
They have to be more conservative.
yeah, they
is
have to
what
be
you're
more
saying.
conservative.
So something like Apple is doing, they would see
Yeah.
other companies launch a new like cutting edge tech and check if it matches with the PMF
Yeah.
and then try to adopt it into like maybe the next cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that will be the Coinbase's play, and like companies like us who only focus on the account abstraction will start doing some random like fancy features like batch transaction. I mean, batch transaction is not fancy, but like session key, like revoke allowance, or maybe like sub account. Like there will be some fancy features, but I'm pretty sure there will be only one player in maybe one or two player in this party, because as I said, like I mean it's too fancy. It's too fancy, and they have to gain forces to win over the Coinbase's like the conservative play. So I assume us and maybe by economy will be the major player in the party. And also on the infra side, I'm pretty sure like Alchemy will win I mean because they are well known for the RPCs and all the infra, and maybe Pimlico will be another option because they also released a public beta a public RPC for this, but they do some like ERC play like that. So, yeah.
And what's the next step for you outside of work?
I actually want to build something on my own. Like, I'm going to leave my company because I'm really happy with my company right now. But I actually want to build some. I mean, since I am a smart contract developer, it kind of feels like it's really hard for smart contract developers to do some like CI/CD stuff, like continuous integration and continuous development, and those tools are really weak on smart contracts. So I want to build some stuff around that. So I kind of think that we are going to release something like on the near future on that, but maybe it could be ZeroDev's product, or maybe it could be on my own. But that is one of the things that I wanted to solve on the day one that I started working on the smart contract. So I want to solve that like desperately. So it is still a like really pain in my head, like for day-to-day work. So yeah, that's one of the things.
You said that you could retire before you join the ZeroDev, and you're still working, and you are going to, I don't know, build something cool stuff and development. I think what motivates you is not money, I guess. Then what motivates you build something cool like that?
Yeah, I think the reason why I wanted to be retired and then like being a like 9 to 11 guy
9 to 11
is that the fact that after I started working on ZeroDev, I kind of know that I can be some kind of like main character in this
industry.
In this industry. So like back then, when I was working on these Hatch Labs, I was always out of like the main place. I always had to like do the works that others are working on, but it demotivates me a lot, because it means that I'm going to do the works that is not mainly maintained by me. But after joining ZeroDev, I actually got granted from the EF for like doing the security stuff, and also got like recognized from the EF by making like smart contract accounts, and our market shares were like really high, and like it was really first time for me to see that my product is being used, and that kind of ended up thinking me that maybe I can do better and better. Like after like reaching out to others, and like if I work on this more, then it means that I can be some kind of like main character in this industry. I think one thing I can say is that I would just do more like open source stuff and do more stuff on like what's going on the industry. So if what I regret at this moment is that I didn't actually like did some more like research publication when I was working on the previous company. So if I were allowed, then I would have just maybe I could be on like some of the authors on the 47. So that kind of reminds me that I should do more this kind of like main character play more often.
What kind of advice would you have for security researchers, like junior security researchers or students who would like to follow your career path?
Drop out of school.
Yeah, kicked out.
Get kicked out.
Get kicked out.
Forget
Get kicked out.
deadlines.
So I think best thing you can do. I mean, I don't really think the security research is something that only some like gifted kids are like allowed to do. I think that the security research and security audits are like for the ones who know a bit more than the developers. So what I can give for the new like developers and like security researchers are like read lots of codes, like and read good codes, not the bad ones. Like for example, like I mean the Uniswap is like holy bible of smart contract,
Wow.
and MakerDAO is also a holy bible. So I if you're looking at smart contract path, or maybe for like developer or like security researchers, like start with like Uniswap. I really advise you to I really advise you to just read and why Uniswap has been like V1 to V2 and like finally evolved into V4. So I think that's the one thing that the newcomers can think about. Yeah.
All right, so thank you for coming today. It was very insightful and very motivational.
Really honor for me for being episode 1 of this.
Yeah, you're a
TFP
very
pod.
special guest.
Yeah, I didn't really expect it to be a like first episode, but yeah, it is really an honor. I hope I didn't mess up this. Like,
You
episode.
did not.
Never.
And where can we find you on socials?
Follow me on Twitter. Like maybe there can be some like
Yeah. There will be a subtitle. here.
something in here.
What would you say the key takeaway from today's podcast would be?
Get kicked out.
Get kicked out, guys.
Get kicked out. Yeah.
Be bold.
Yeah, it was a great talk from I규택 from ZeroDev.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.